Welcome to today's flight. Again, VFR flight from Houston Hobby to Jackson County. Should be around 80 nautical miles flight in very clear weather. So hopefully that will hold. Current METARs along the way. This is for Houston Hobby where we are. The next one is for the airport, like kind of in the middle. It's Wharton. And then we have one more, which is Victoria Regional. That's like 20 nautical miles past our destination. What we can see here, this is like the current situation. The winds are generally from southwest or southwest. Cloud layer few or scattered around 5,000 feet, and the temperatures are actually going a little bit down and when we come to the west, but quite high. Forecasts, the weather is not expected to really change considerably anytime soon. Let's check the weather in real. So prediction from 19 Zulu, all sky clear or some few clouds. 20 Zulu, which is in 1 hour and a half. Again, clear skies. Let's check the winds. So our winds at 3,000 feet, 6,000 feet. I expect that there might be some high pressure system here. And why I guess that is that the wind kind of tends to go clockwise around this point. So probably there is some high pressure system around there. Otherwise, the winds are from around 5 knots. So basically no wind. Surface winds are generally from the south. And I'm looking at the wrong flight path here. So let me just correct it. Yeah, that's better. So from the south, surface winds. So we will be using kind of a south-facing runways. Otherwise, there is really nothing significant. So I guess we can move on. As always, if there are any questions, just interrupt me and ask, or ask in the end. I'm okay with either. A brief introduction. The departure airport is Houston Hobby or William P. Hobby. It's south of the Houston International Airport, still within the Class Bravo airspace. It actually has one of its own. So we'll need to, if we had an ATC, then we would need to ask for a clearance into the Class Bravo and then navigate out. We will cover that a little bit later. Destination is a small public field with an asphalt runway in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. It's dubious if we will be able to easily spot this water surface. As you can see from the satellite pictures, it's kind of brown, not blue. But again, in the simulator, it's probably gonna be blue. Runways are 15 and 33, so I expect runway 15 due to the winds. But it will be safe to overfly the field and check the windsock if we can see any. Route planning. This is like a high-level route. What I planned. Here we can see I'm trying kind of skirt this a little bit, like between that Delta and Bravo. You'll see when I zoom in on the Sky Vector page. This is my Navlog that I prepared. I'm initially planning to fly like 2,000 feet, and when I'm here or there actually, I will start my climb actually here to 4,500 and then continue along the way. From there, yeah, let's cover that here. It's gonna be better. All right, I actually wanted to do it like this. So I plan to depart. I believe it's gonna be either runway 13 left or 13 right. We'll see. I'm planning to depart. Not really doing any recommended VFR procedures. We are in a class Bravo, so I will simulate that I am going to request a left downwind departure, or actually make a left turn and cross the field midfield, so I can get on my track here and easily, get the correct track and head here. I'm gonna be switching between Houston tag and Houston fly for various reasons. On Houston tag, I can see if I zoom in here that there is some stadium here that maybe will be visible. On Houston fly, I see that there is some power plant here. So again, we'll see what we can see or not. So I'm planning this power plant as my first point to turn left. Then I kind of, if you check, like landmarks, there are some probably transmitters or radio towers or something. I will be able to see that from the field, from the air. So I need to keep them on my left. Then there is some road here, probably a major one. So I'm gonna stay to the left of that road. Probably I might be able to see some water. Not sure yet. There is the like a Y intersection here, so I want to keep that one to my left and continue along here. This lake should be visible and kind of an outlet here or inlet, not sure, probably inlet. And there's a visual, like GPS visual point, but it can coincide with kind of the end of this little lake here. So that's what I'm hoping to maintain. From this point, it's going to be a little bit of dead reckoning, so I will set the course or set the heading, and we'll try to fly it, time the lag, all the way to Wharton. It's next big city here. And from there, I'm basically following, is it interstate? Probably yes, Interstate 59, if I'm not mistaken, and follow it all the way to Jackson County. So that's kind of my route planning that I'm gonna do. As far as airplaces go, I already mentioned the Class Bravo here. There is Class Delta from Sugarland Regional. So we either skirt it or we would need to contact Tower, and tell them, that we are like flying, like crossing that zone to the south, and for to let them know. Then there is basically nothing more. Maybe one more thing to mention is this military operations area. Again, we should not come there, but we should be aware that it's kind of to the west of our destination, but we should not get there at all. It's a city or town of Edna here, and we should not fly past that one. The departure. So this is like a sorry for that. I'll just do one more. It should be not be here. See, like that. So these are the example of the calls. So either you contact either a clearance delivery or ground. Since this is like a bigger airport, I believe that the delivery will be a correct station call. So it would be something like, I don't know if it's a Hopi delivery, probably yes, or a Houston delivery, or just delivery. So delivery, your call sign, type of aircraft, requesting VFR clearance to depart Class Bravo airspace to the west at 2000 with information Victor. This is the information from ATIS. It might not be Victor. And they would tell you something like this: cleared out of the Houston Class Bravo airspace, maintain VFR at or below 2000 feet, departure frequency something, squawk 343504, again something. You just repeat that you are clear out of the Houston class Bravo airspace and maintain VFR. If they give you different, information, then you repeat different information, and then most importantly, you heed by that information. They might or might not tell you that the readback is correct and advise ready to taxi, or they would tell you contact the ground at something for taxi. Of course, we are on that sim, so probably there won't be anyone, even though there was a controller before. In that case, we'll just do a self-announcing according to the very standard phraseology that is the same every time. And you should have read up on it. Yeah, read up on it. The en route portion. This slide is mainly for the case we would have an ATC. So if any ATC comes online and you want to get flight following, for example, then refer to this slide. There is an example call that you can make. The important thing is your call sign. Again, the facility you are calling, then your call sign, type of aircraft, where you are, what altitude you're at, what you want. And that's quite all. Arrival. I'm expecting runway 15. In either case, both runways, both 15 and 33, have a left traffic pattern. So if it's going to be a 15, you should be at a pattern altitude before joining the downwind leg. And again, the recommended procedure that you should fly is to join midfield at 45 degrees to the downwind. The reason is quite simple. From this position, you can check visually to your left if there is any aircraft already, flying downwind. And in that case, you need to give way to that aircraft, kind of break off, do a 360, for example, and try to join again. And then following standard traffic pattern to land. As I can see, there is a taxiway parallel to the runway, so we don't need to backtrack. Little Cessnas will probably be able to exit by this point or latest by this point. If there is someone who's flying something much faster, maybe they might need like a whole runway, or not whole of it, but more than middle. We'll see how that goes. This is untowered field, so whether we have an ATC or not, we need to self-announce our position. Initial call should be at least like 10 miles out of the destination. So when we are 10 miles to the west, let's check that on the map. So this is 20 nautical miles. So somewhere in the middle, where you're somewhere there, you should be reporting your intentions. And initially, it's quite all right if you just report something like that. So it would be Jackson County traffic, November 123 Alpha Bravo, Cessna 152, 10 miles northeast of the airport. We'll be joining left downwind of runway 15. And that's all the intention you need to report. Or I can say, as far as intention goes, we'll be overflying the field at 1,500 feet AGL to check, or we'll be overflying the field. That's quite all right. And when you are over the field, you will report that you are over the field, and what are your intentions then. So if we join here, you check the wind, maybe you just make a turn around, join the left crosswind, and then join the downwind, and so on, depending what you will determine as best case scenario. All right, today's flight is not very complicated, I think, especially if there is no ATC. So are there any questions? If there are no questions, we'll go flying. I hope that most of you will join us and me in the air. We are meeting up. We're meeting up. Let's see here. Well, of course, you can meet wherever you want, But if you want to depart with us, there is an FBO ramp here on the northeast section, and I'll be starting there definitely, and then taxiing all the way here to Delta or Echo 413 left that I'm planning to take for departure. And yeah, whole time I will be flying as well. If you have any questions during or after the flight, also I will still be there. If you feel like flying, please do so. It's better. If not, you are welcome to follow my flight on Twitch instead.
Okay. Quickly there, a hand maybe with flight planning.
Yes. What do you need help with?
Sorry. How should I let's say better type it out? The whole flight planning. I want to gonna write it down.
Write down the flight planning. I'm not sure what you mean exactly, but how I go about it is I enter departure and destination, in the flight plan on SkyVector, and then I try to look, what kind of landmarks I can use to get me to my destination. I solely use landmarks and, courses and timing the legs. I never use, like, for example, moving map for these kind of flights to give myself some challenge. So I try to look here. So what I did was, first I need to get outside of the Bravo, and I don't want to engorge or like go within unnecessary airspaces here. And I noticed on this fly chart that there is some power plant. So I said, okay, 10 nautical miles here. That's a good, reporting point. When I'm on the way, I also know that I should see the stadium, to the right. Actually, 2 stadiums, 3 stadiums. So I'll be looking out for that as well. When I turn left by the power plant, I know that Interstate 90 will kind of break off to my right. There will be some transmitters or towers, radio towers to the left. There's some road layout that I want to see from the air. This airport, definitely, I will see that to my right quite clearly, and I want to stay, within like on this line here and point to this bigger lake and right side of it or north side of it. So that's kind of how I plan the whole flight. I look for landmarks that I can use. For example, here it's going to be a city, then quite straight road all the way down, and another city as a point here, El Campo. So that's kind of a portion how I would like select the route. Then I make use of this flight planning to generate me the Navlog because it's easier. Of course, I need to understand those lines. So I enter my cruise airspeed in true airspeed in knots, my altitude. This is 2,000 feet, my initial altitude, and then I need to type my altitude will change at this point to 4,500 feet, and I generate my navlog. When I have that, I know what magnetic heading I should fly and for how long I should fly that. I see all those what is the expected wind speed and wind direction, my true airspeed, my track, wind correction angle, true heading, variation, and magnetic heading, ground speed, distance, and so on.
Yep, very helpful. Thank you very much
So
indeed.
is that for?
Yes, to be honest, yes, pretty much. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if there is an interest, maybe at the end, I can even explain how I would calculate these lines manually if there is an interest for that. All right.
Yes, of
For
course. I
now.
would. Don't want to really steal more time for
Yeah,
looking
so
forward.
let's fly now, and when we land, I hope that you'll stay along and just remind me, and we'll go, and construct one of these lines manually.
Thank you very much in advance.
That's a good skill to have. All right. Anyone else? Any questions?
What's the destination airport?
26 Romeo.
Okay.
It's the last one in my line here, or in my list here. All right, so I'll wish you happy flying. If anything, just reach me out here. Do fly if you can. If not, feel free to watch my stream on Twitch. I'm just starting it. And see you at Jackson County Airport.
Happy flying.
Happy flying. All right.
Clear prop.
Yeah, clear prop. Alrighty. Engine's running fine. They're already hot, which is funny. But there we go. So let's check the current METAR.
November 6465, radio check.
Solid here.
So we should have altimeter 3001. So let's set it up. 3001 should be around there, I think. Yep. Let's cross-check the airfield elevation. Airfield elevation is about 46 degrees. 46 feet. That's good.
Please, what is the ICAO code of the destination airport?
It doesn't have ICAO code. It's 26 Romeo. But it doesn't have a ICAO code.
Does it exist on FSX?
No idea. FSX is kind of a dinosaur, so I'm not really sure if it exists there. If that one doesn't exist, you know, feel free to fly, for example, to the next one on the line, which is Victoria, Kilo Victor Charlie Tango. It's a little bit further, but there should be, you know, in every airport and every sim.
November 6465, taxi
Okay, thank you.
22
Welcome.
from FBO ramp.
And yeah, Thomas, winds seem to be favoring runway 22 currently, but they could shift.
Really? Let's see. Okay, yeah, you are right, and quite considerably. So yeah, definitely if the wind favors 2-2, then let's go for 2-2. It's gonna be even better for us. It's a very short taxi. Unless you want to practice, you know, crosswind takeoffs.
A good opportunity for that. I think 1-1 knots.
Yeah, I'm still waiting, you know, it's one thing that's missing from my training, you know, the wind kind of always goes down the runway, and I need to do some crosswinds, so still waiting for it.
Just land across the runway sideways, you know, easy.
Oh yeah, that.
Houston Hobby traffic, November 36 X-ray, type Papa Volume, Atlantic ramp, taxi runway 22 via Yankee, Houston Hobby.
Houston Hobby traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo Twin Cessna at Atlantic ramp, taxiing to runway 22. Hobby.
Hobby traffic, November 6465, takeoff 22, east departure. That traffic.
Houston Hobby traffic,
128.
Skyhawk 91 Bravo Charlie, taxiing to runway 22 from the FBO. Houston Heavy.
November 6465, turning left, crosswind 22. Traffic.
Right, let's do some run up there. So mixture's full, engines in green, and let's put it to 1800. Let's check the
November
magnetos.
6465, turning left, downwind 22. Traffic.
Right, magnetos are great. Let's check the feathering. Alright, looking good. That is also good, and idle. Very nice. What about the comfort? I believe there are 2 hot passengers. Cabin is hot and steady, yes. So let's turn on the fan. Yep,
Traffic November 6465, leaving Thatcher and heading east. Final call.
there we go. I guess we are ready to go. So final checks, trim for takeoff. Fuel tanks on mains. What do we have here? We will turn on strobes momentarily and landing lights. Everything looking good. Altimeter is set. Transponder is mode Charlie. We have the Unicom tuned. Very nice. Let's continue. So let's check our first course. Will be 267.
Houston Heavy traffic, Warrior 36 Echo departing runway 22, straight out departure. Houston Heavy.
Yeah, it's probably him, so I'll wait. So what are we gonna do? Gonna depart runway 22. And then we'll turn right. Try to get to the power plant there. Should be parallel to this road. Let's see how that goes. Houston Hobby traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, taking off runway 22, will be right turnout afterwards, Hobby. Okay, strobe lights, landing lights. That's clear.
And Houston traffic, select flight 1 Lima at around 1 to 6. Taxiing via Yankee for runway 22.
Airspeed is alive. Brakes,
Hobby
gear
traffic,
goes
Warrior
up.
36 Echo, upwind runway 22, 1200, landing 1500, departing southwest, final call, Houston Hobby.
Houston Harbor, Skyhawk 901 Bravo Charlie, taking off runway 22 and for westbound departure. Houston Harbor.
Some traffic alerts there. Reduce that power a little bit. It's a nice changing color. Houston Hobby traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo departing the area to the west at 2000 feet. Final call, Houston Hobby. Alright, let's push it down. Let's stay under 2000 if we can. Landing lights can go off. And I haven't started my timer. How typical of me. So, I can see one stadium there. The horrible difference there in colors. And Wayne Stadium here. There's those towers to the left, so I believe I'm gonna fly here and then turn left. Don't see the power plant though. A little bit higher. Yeah, basically use this intersection as kind of a turning point.
Houston Harbor, Skyhawk 91 Bravo Charlie at 1,500 feet, leaving the pattern to the west, final call.
And I'll start timing my leg here.
Houston Army Speeder 700, taxi runway 22, out of the north ramp. Houston Army.
So I have those. Before that there should be this intersection, so I guess there's this triangle here. So I guess I'm at the correct place. So
Houston Southwest, November 36 Echo, Papa Warrior overflying the field at 1,500 to the southwest. Houston Southwest traffic.
all right. So these 10 miles should take me approximately 3.5 minutes. I covered 2 minutes already. I'm past this, so I'm kind of in the middle. This is the big lake I was speaking about in the briefing. I believe that's this one. And as you can see on the southeastern side, there's again some chimneys or maybe a power plant. So I should be heading correctly.
Sugarland Regional traffic, Skymaster 8251 Papa, about 7 south, circling Smithers Lake at 2,500, Sugarland Regional.
Okay, I reached this point. I believe I'm already there. There's the river. So probably already there, and I can start climbing. And reset my timer. It was actually 3.7, I believe. Okay, so still climbing. A little bit of turbulence here and there, or not turbulence, but some thermals acting. And there we go for 4,500. let's resume straight and level flight. And as I can see, I'm just above that lake and that little inlet, almost there. I guess we can time it now. So 2 minutes 36 seconds. 242. And 2 minutes 36 seconds is 2.6, is it? Yeah, 2.6. So 1.9 plus 0.5, yeah, roughly agrees. Now I need to fly this 243, heading for 8 minutes, roughly. And I'm climbing, and I don't intend to, so was not watching and climbed as a result, so let's descend back. Let's descend a little bit more. So what's the outside air temperature? Around 20 degrees. Nice. I hope passengers are getting comfortable. Hot and steady. I guess this fan doesn't work. Yeah, I actually noticed it. It's hot but cooling slowly. Okay. And we are looking around for traffic. Don't see any. Right, let's calculate what our indicated airspeed should be. So, first of all, pressure altitude, 29er, yeah, so pressure altitude is roughly 4,500. Outside air temperature around 20 degrees. So 20 degrees, 4,500, there we go. So if I want to fly a true airspeed of 170, for which I planned, don't move this. I need to do 156 of indicated airspeed. Yeah, so 156, and I descended. Yeah, my altitude keeping is not that great today. $156. I'm doing like 155, that's good enough. but I need to climb a bit. It's the converging road here. I believe we'll meet at the town of Walton. Probably this one. Yeah, this might be the town. When we reach that town, we'll switch to IFR.
My simulator just crashed.
I
Oh my
follow
God.
roads. Say again?
Sorry, I don't mean my simulator. My Windows 7 just crashed on me.
Ah, sorry to hear that.
Luckily, before I took off, I had saved the flight, so I'm just going to continue from the sky. Hope I don't get banned or something.
No, you won't. So finally, a little bit of smooth air. I barely need to touch the controls now. Yeah, this is gonna be a city of Wharton. So we will follow this road. Well, I can actually turn there already. And when we are at this town's position, I'll reset the timer to check how we did. Afterwards, we're gonna fly, yeah, 231, which is something that looks like 231, but more importantly, we follow the road. And what we are on the level of, let's do Houston. On the level of El Campo, it's almost time to start our descent. Now some thermally wants to get us up. Just reduce the power a bit. Okay, let's say that we are there, so 8.3, let's do 8.36, which is 8.7. A little bit slower, doesn't matter. So at our next user fix, I'm gonna start descending. This is a wrong type of descent point. Should be twice that far. And our next point is El Campo, which will be this one. just a huge flat land here. So what this airfield might be? We are 1 minute into this lag. So it must be Wharton. Carm, like not Carm, but Wharton. Yeah. Right. All checks. The road takes like a detour around the city, which is good. I'll be overflying the field. Yeah, I will do the overfly action to try to determine if runway 15 is the best one. But it will depend if I'm able to see the windsock or not. Don't believe the simulator follows the locations of those windsocks as depicted here. I'll try to look for it anyway at this location. Now let's add a little bit of power. Fuel is good. City of El Campo. A city. Town. Where did I put my reporting point? Ah, it's in the middle, alright. So when I'm at the level of this road. Almost there. So let's hit it. 4.5. A little bit slower than expected. Doesn't matter. And now I'll slowly start descending. It should take me around 7 minutes to get to the field. I need to descend to 1,500. It's 3,000 feet. 7 minutes. Yeah, let's do around 500 feet per minute. That's all right. So this one will be, is it Ganado already? If that would be Ganado, that would mean, no, it's probably Hilly or this one, Luis. It's gonna be Luis, yeah. So not Ganado yet. This one will be Ganado, and there I can see kind of this water surface, and behind that we should get our airport. And I stopped descending, so let's go lower.
I have a wingman. Hello.
Hello.
Must be wave at you with my wings. Trying to.
Yeah, my Skymaster is, I'm having to fly with flaps down with this.
I envy you. Formation flying.
Yeah, I don't really have a model to match for it, so you know, 208, Cessna 208.
That's pretty close, honestly. That's the same face, at least.
Yeah. It's a Cessna.
Yeah, they all look the same.
Yeah. Skyhawk, Skymaster, Citation, what's the difference?
Same thing, yeah.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo is a twin Cessna about 10 miles northeast at 2600. We'll be overflying the field at 1500. Jackson County. Okay, thermals starting to play again on me. Slow down a little bit. I'll turn on my fuel pumps. Too low. I'm gonna stay at 1000, I guess 600. It's gonna be difficult to maintain altitude though. I see something that resembles the runway. No buildings though, but I think it's a runway. So I'm gonna go a little bit to the right here. Yeah, there's a beacon there. So, what about windsock? And Jackson count in traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo is crossing the field from east to west at 1600. We'll be joining left crosswind, probably runway 15, Jackson County. Okay, so what can we see there? Nothing. Yeah, it's not really visible. So let's descend. Pattern altitude. Get a runway 15 there. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo is on left crosswind runway 15, Jackson. So let's put those forward, full mixture. Landing lights can go on. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind runway 15, Jackson.
Well, hello there. Someone just overtook me on my left.
Yep, that's me.
You're in a hurry.
Okay, let's slow down. Drop the gear. First notch of flaps. 3 green. Converging a little bit. Let's correct it. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base runway 15, Jackson. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 15, touch and go.
Now I have a wingman.
Yeah, there it is. That's.
Looks like wind might be coming from the right there a little bit.
It's the real definition of group flight.
Yeah. Was that the speed bird or what was it? Your plane?
This one's Skymaster.
Skymaster.
But it may not look like it depending on your model.
No, it looks just like a Piper, normal Piper, something.
There,
Low wing.
That formation is subbed as an A330 for me.
Oh, nice. Gotta set that default model matching. Or I just gotta fly a plane everybody has.
Okay, flaps up. Gear up.
We're gonna break off here.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left, crosswind runway 15, Jackson. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left downwind runway 15, Jackson. A little farther from the runway, but I can see it. Don't hear anyone else on frequency, so it's gonna probably be one more touch and go there. So gear, flaps 1. 3 green. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base runway 15, Jackson. And quite low. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning final, runway 15, touch and go. Okay, full flaps.
Jackson County traffic, November 36 Echo, Papa Bavaria, 10 miles east, 2000, descending on top, 500 for the downwind runway 15, Jackson County.
Little harder, flaps up. Brakes and gear up. So this landing was from a little bit higher than I would like. Need to fly closer to the runway. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left crosswind runway 15. Jackson. It's probably not a good idea to turn that sharp at such a low speed. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left downwind runway 15, Jackson. There's updraft here above water. Okay, let's go.
Jackson County traffic, Gloria 36 Echo, 5 miles east, 1500. We remain at 1500 until I have the field in sight. Jackson County.
That was quite a drop. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left base runway 15, Jackson. Guess I'm gonna do one more touch and go, and then full stop landing. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning final, runway 15, touch and go.
Jackson County traffic, Skymaster 8251 Papa, 12 miles east, 3,500 inbound for 15, Jackson County.
Better, flaps up.
Jackson County traffic, Skyhawk 91 Bravo Charlie is 10 miles to the northeast. Inbound to join the left downwind for runway 15, Jackson County.
In Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, just for information, wind appears to be from the south at around 5 to 10 knots.
Jackson County traffic, Skymaster 8251 Papa, also 10 miles northeast, 2,900 descending inbound for left downwind 15, Jackson County.
Jackson County traffic, Gloria 36 Echo, flying the field to the east at 1000. Correction to the west at 1500. Jackson County.
to the west. Has he overflown already? Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left downwind runway 15, Jackson. There is one aircraft. Maybe one more touch and go, just to stay in the pattern. Flaps down. Oh, I left the gear down all the time. Forgot to put it back up. All right. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left base runway 15, Jackson.
Jackson traffic number 6465 turning left base 15 Jackson traffic.
Okay, I don't see them.
Jackson County traffic, Korea 36 Echo, 3 miles west, turning back around to Robert Miley Field, eastbound 1500, Jackson County.
No, don't see them.
Jackson County traffic, Sandmaster 8251 Papa, 3 miles northeast, 1400 descending to pattern up to 1000 for left downwind 15, Jackson County.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, final runway 15, touch and go.
Jackson traffic number 6465 upwind 15 Jackson traffic.
Upwind 15. Yeah, that would be there. See someone on the runway, I guess. So let's go around. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, go around runway 15.
Jackson County traffic, Sandmaster 8251 Papa entering left downwind 15, full stop, Jackson County.
Jackson County traffic, Skyhawk 1 Paul Charlie joining left downwind 15, Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, Korea 36 Echo, over flying a field eastbound 1500 for teardrop entry into westbound in 15, Jackson County.
Okay, Jackson County traffic, Skymaster 8251 Papa, we do not have 91 Bravo Charlie in sight. We're beaming the numbers now. Left downwind 15, full stop, Jackson County.
Jackson traffic number 6465 turning left crossing 15 Jackson traffic.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo turning left downwind 15, Jackson.
Jackson traffic number 6465 turning left downwind 15 Jackson.
Behind me
Jackson
somewhere.
County traffic, Skymaster 8251 Papa turning left base 15, full stop, Jackson County.
Let's try to find that one. Right, so flaps 1. Gear goes down.
Jackson, counter traffic, Skyhawk 1 Power Charlie, turning left base for 15. Jackson.
Oh my, I cannot see that
Jackson
traffic.
County traffic, Skymaster 8251 Papa, turning final 15, full stop, Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, 3 miles east, descending to pattern altitude for left teardrop entry, downwind runway 15. Jackson County.
Jackson traffic number 6465, turning left base 15, Jackson traffic.
Jackson County traffic, Skyhawk 1 Power Charlie, turning final for runway 15, touch and go, Jackson.
Oh, there they are. Quite high.
Jackson traffic number 6465, turning left, final 15, full stop, Jackson traffic.
Jackson County traffic, 91 Power Charlie going around due to traffic in front on the final. Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning downwind runway 15, correction left downwind runway 15, Jackson County.
Jackson County traffic, Skymaster 8251 Papa, clear runway.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, also on final runway 15. For now I have the traffic on the runway inside. Jackson. They're still there, so get yet another go around.
Jackson County traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left base runway 15, Jackson County.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, go around for traffic on runway 15. Jackson.
Jackson traffic, Skyhawk 1 Power Charlie, turning left crosswind 15, Jackson.
Jackson traffic number 6465 is now clear of 15, Jackson traffic.
Jackson traffic, Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind 15, Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning final runway 15, touch and go, Jackson County.
Jackson County traffic, Skyhawk 1 Power Charlie, left downwind 15, touch and go, Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind 15, Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, 1 Power Charlie, turning left base 15, touch and go, Jackson.
Oh, there he is. Just allow him some time. Can't see them anymore.
Jackson County traffic, Sky High going Bravo Charlie on final, runway 15, touch and go, Jackson.
Okay. Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base runway 15, full stop. And Jackson, yeah, forgot about that.
Jackson County traffic, Korea 36 Echo, turning left crosswind, runway 15, Jackson County.
And Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 15, negative contact on the traffic for now, Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left downwind, runway 15, Jackson County.
Three green.
Jackson County traffic, Sky High 1 Bravo Charlie, turning left crosswind 15, Sky High Jackson.
Let's see if I can stop. Nice.
Jackson County traffic, Sky High 1 Bravo Charlie, left downwind 15, full stop landing, Jackson.
Jackson County traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, runway 15 is vacated, taxiing to parking, Jackson.
Jackson County, Warrior 36 Echo, turning left base, runway 15.
The IAH tower is controlling the airspace. I contacted the guy and he was like, he can't see me on his radar.
Where am I gonna stop? Oh, my engine quit. Okay, let's put it down.
Jackson County traffic, Warrior 36 Echo, turning final runway 15, touch and go, Jackson County.
Jackson County traffic, Sky High 1 Bravo Charlie, turning left base 15, Jackson.
Right, let's see if that engine quit, like, for good. Must have leaned it too much. Might happen. Right. turn it off. So the fan does something. Right, parking brake on. Fuel selectors off. Good. Fuel pumps. Oh, I switched the fuel pump too high. Maybe that was why it quit. It overflowed the engine or something. Alright. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the flight and the traffic patterns in the end. Let's count them up. How many were there? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably. Yeah, 6 traffic. All right. So until next time, thank you for watching and bye-bye. So this is one example of the cross-country navigation log. All right. I will do just one line to demonstrate how it's done. And I will also demonstrate the usage of the E6B calculator for that, because that's, can be accomplished simultaneously. So normally you would enter your departure airfield here and the destination at the last line. But for this, I will just make it as like a VRP1 and VRP2. Okay, so it's just like 2 points that I want to calculate my navigation line between. So altitude, let's say that 4,500 feet. And for demonstration, so you can see, I will be calculating this 24-mile long leg, okay, from this lake to the Wharton City. And let me go to the tag chart. So Smithers Lake to Wharton City, okay. So you have your sectional, and just forget, that it already tells you the course and so on. So you have the sectional, and you draw the line. You have to take a ruler, you draw the line, and you measure the line. And you find out that this line is 24 nautical miles long. Okay, so you go into your navigation log, select distance, and I type 24 because the leg is 24 miles long. Okay, so I know my altitude. I want to fly. I'm flying westbound, so I'm taking even 1000 plus 500. And then the leg distance is 24 miles. Now, I need to know the wind direction. So where do I get that? If I compute, or if I click that navigation log here, then it will give me, the wind, estimated wind. So we'll do something else. We'll take Houston here area. We'll go to aviationweathercenter.gov. Let me just turn off this. And I'm gonna do forecast, winds and temps. And I can either use weather plots, so not this one, VT home. I can use this one. I can choose my altitude, so 4,500 is in between of 030 and 060, all right? And I can see the wind here, all right? So let's say that 060, there is like 21 knots, sorry, this is degrees Celsius, so 10 knots blowing from north east. At 030, there is no wind. So let's say that we have 5 knots. You know what? For demonstration purposes, let's say that we find out that the wind is 10 knots and it's blowing from maybe 030. If we are not sure, we can check the weather data. Select here the south. Is it Miami? No. South Central, Dallas, and this one. There should be Houston here. And as you can see, at 6,000, the valid prediction, this is actually for use between 20 Zulu and 03 Zulu, which is now. The prediction is that the wind is from 320 at 6 knots. I believe that's it. Yes, so 320, 6 knots. So we'll continue, we'll count with that, okay? Which is kind of strange. It shows, it will showing like a different measure here. Show that it's coming from here, but so we can choose, you know, either. It's not gonna make that much difference. So let's say that the wind direction is 320, and so we have some result. We count 10 knots. Okay, so this is our wind. We get it from somewhere. Then we need to know our true airspeed. And every aircraft will have a different true airspeed. And you calculate the true airspeed from your POH, Pilot Operating Handbook. So that's how you know how fast you'll be going. So let's say for a Cessna 172 at 4,500, quite accomplishable true airspeed might be 105 knots, right? That would depend on what power setting, what way you have, and what temperature it is outside, and so on and so forth. So this is another one that you need to have in before you calculate all the rest. And now the true course. The true course is yet last one, you know, that you can calculate. So for true course, you again go to the map and you take the ruler and, you know, I don't know how to say it in English, the device that measures angles, and you measure this angle here between, you know, this this line, which is how to call it in English. It's not a meridian, it's the other one. Parallel, you know, lines. So you measure the angle here, and you have your true course. And I'll just help myself here and find out what that true course was. So true course was 246. Okay, so I thought 246 degrees. And this is all the input data you need, almost, to calculate all the rest. So now you have the wind direction of 320 at 10 knots, and you know that your true course should be 246. So you cannot fly through heading of 246 because the wind will blow you away. So how to calculate the wind correction angle? For that, we can either use some, you know, online tools to do it for us, or we can actually get this E6B calculator or E6B flight computer, calculate that ourselves. I'll just demonstrate how to calculate the wind. So this is the wind side, and there is a kind of manual how to do that. So first you set wind direction under true index. This is true index here, and I will rotate this to set my wind direction, which was 320. So I set 320 under true index. Now I need to mark the wind velocity. There is the middle point of this rotary, and I count 10 knots up and just make a mark. On physical one, you just make a mark with your pencil. I make a mark, 10 knots wind. Now I rotate this to my heading, to my track that I want to fly, and that was 246. 246 under true index, and I will slide the whole rule in a way that this marked dot sits on my true airspeed. My true airspeed is supposed to be 105 knots. So you see, this is 100 knots, 110. So this is on 105 knots. And now the middle point reads my ground speed, which is 101 roughly. So for my ground speed, which is here, I will type 101. And the wind correction angle is depicted here. So this is 10 degrees, this is 5 degrees or 6 degrees. So let's say 5 degrees. Okay, so my wind correction angle is 5 degrees. So here I'll type wind correction angle is plus this one, plus 5. Okay, so for true course of 246, I need to have true heading 251, 246 plus 5. If I point my nose 5 degrees more to the right, then I will compensate the wind that's coming, from the right. Now, this is true heading, and our magnetic compass doesn't read true heading at all. It just reads, magnetic heading. So now I need to convert the true heading to magnetic heading. And for that, I need to know magnetic variation. So again, I go to the sectional and I look for those magenta lines, those dashed magenta lines, and I'll try to find here, it says 2 degrees, 30 minutes east. So magnetic variation is 2 degrees and 30 minutes east. East is least, so I need to subtract. So I'll say minus 2. And let me just configure, because we are flying to the east here. And the next magnetic variation, next isobar is 3 degrees east. So let's use 3 degrees instead. It's not that much difference, but So now I have true heading, magnetic variation is minus 3, so my magnetic heading is 248. Now def is deviation. This is magnetic deviation, and that's caused by your magnetic compass, your wet compass in the aircraft will never, or not never, but it is influenced by electromagnetic fields that are emitted by your instruments. So there is a placard, there is a card, someplace close to your magnetic compass that will tell you the magnetic deviation. And let's just, let me show you how it looks like. Magnetic deviation card. So it might look something like this, right, in the aircraft. And it says, if you want to head north, you steer to 0. But if you want to fly 030, you steer to 027. So for our case, if we had this placard there, we want to turn to what was it? 248. And if you want to turn 248, that's someplace around there, we see that we need to steer 4 degrees more. So I will type here +4. In that case, compass heading is 248 plus 4, which is 252. That's our compass heading. So what do we have? We now have our compass heading. We have our true airspeed that we want to maintain. And for example, today, if we want to maintain a true airspeed of 105, right? Let's find out what must be indicated. For that, we can again take the flight computer, switch it to slide rule side, to this one. A nice little window here. It says pressure, altitude, and air temperature. Today, at 4,500 feet, it was around 20 degrees. So if you count 0 to 50, then 20, 0, 10, and 20 is here. And pressure altitude, that's kind of altitude what the altimeter will show if you set the standard pressure of 299 or 2. So let's say that it was very close to it. So I will rotate this. So this 20-degree mark corresponds to pressure altitude of 4,500, which is like this. You see, this is 5, 4, this is in the middle, and this is the 20-degree mark. And now on these scales, on the inner scale, you read your indicated airspeed, and on outer scale, you read your true airspeed. So if your true airspeed should be 105, that means your indicated airspeed should be 96 knots. So your airspeed indicator, and not indicated, to be more precise, it's a calibrated airspeed. It's like it's indicated, corrected for instrument errors. But for all intents and purposes, in the simulator, we tend to interchange those two terms. So 96 should be in your aircraft in order for you to maintain 105 of true airspeed. And now, if you know that, you don't, write that anywhere. You can use maybe some comments, just to make sure what indicated airspeed you should expect. But then you need to adjust for true conditions. Now the only thing missing is your time. So how long this leg takes. Since you already calculated the ground speed and the leg distance, it's a simple division, right? To calculate time. You can again use this flight computer for it. And in order to do that is, if you see that arrow 60 or 8, you rotate it to your to your ground speed this time, because you want to calculate real time over real ground distance. So you turn that to your ground speed, which is 101, and then you find out how far you want to fly. That was 24 miles, so you find 24 on the outer scale. This is 24. And on inner scale, you read the time. And just be aware, not this time on the innermost scale, like the middle one. And it's time in minutes. So it's 14, this is 14 minutes, this is 15 minutes. So the time should be 14 and a half, so roughly 14 minutes. So I'll just go and type here that my estimated time is 14 minutes. And that's how I know that time. So then when I'm flying this leg, and when I cross, when I cross or pass this lake, I will start my timer. And if I check, in 7 minutes, I know that I should be roughly in the middle. So I expect to see this Needville village roughly like just before reaching 7 minutes on my flight.